I need models. Yeah, models would be good. Oh, I got the. Oh, I need a thumbnail. It's fine, table. Just don't worry about the thumbnail every single time. Any old thumbnail will do. Let's just pick. I didn't really want to. Let's go with. Okay. Hey. Come on, I want to sit down and follow. Save that. And then, where am I going next? Yum, 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 yum. I think we are practically there. Yeah, we're good. We're there. Fantastic. Is it fantastic? Yeah, it is fantastic. Is Discord up? Discord is up. Good. I want to grab out some models. Let's grab something out. I just wanted to see what's available. That's good. And I wanted to see if I had these handguns, didn't I? I feel like I've got something somewhere. What's that? That's what I wanted. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. I found it right away. Isn't that bloody marvellous? Oh, hang on. Hang on. We can talk, Tao. Yeah, no. Wait. I'll get my towel. I'll get my towel for you. Hang on. Let me find my towel. Hang on. I got you covered. I got you covered. It's a sealed container. I remember that much. Ah, hello, sealed container. Yeah, okay. We can talk, towel. I got my towel. I'll show you some towel. Also, hello, Pilgrim. Let's hang on. First things first. Most importantly, I need to blue tack over. Hey, Pilgrim, do me a solid. Give me a like before I blue tack over it, just so I know that I'm off 0. Much appreciated. And then we can talk towel. Right, let's blue tack over. I'll just assume that he does that. No reason to have any doubt. Blue tack over. Excellent. Okay, let's talk towel. Right, so my towel, I got stuck at a certain point. So I have my colour scheme for towel figured out. First things first, I've wanted them for ages. I've got them base coated ready. And I've got my stealth suits, but I haven't worked on those. They are just spray paint, khaki malarkey, base coat, and then Agrax over them. My colour scheme for my towel is as follows. Beep. So this is my towel colour scheme. That's what I'm going with for my towel. I like them. I love the size of them as well, because when you put them next to a Terminator, yeah, you'd be terrified as well, wouldn't you? So yeah, I've got a towel. Do you know what? I'm going to pop him over there. I'm going to pop a towel on there just for you, Pilgrim. There we go. Now, where we got a little bit scuppered was with the bigger stuff, because I didn't want them just to look like Gundam Melundums. So I changed mine. Let me show you what I've done. I want to call them crisis suits. Oh, that's not my towel. That's something else for now. Here we are. So, I'm in the process of doing these, but I've run into a magnet issue. So you know this. I've got 2 of these ones. You know which ones these are. Broadsides, right? And then so I wanted mine to look more mech and less Gundam, if that makes sense. So I got to looking at them and I was like, well, hang on, can't I just tweak them a little bit? So what I've done with my crisis suits is I've changed them to this, right? So this is how they look. So issue 1, I need to fill in these big slots here. And I kind of see that little slit there. I kind of see that as like the cockpit. And I was going to magnetize all the different radar options and everything for different hats, but I might just end up gluing it. But I've got to get something in there to even that out. And then the guns, so it looks like this. You can see there's a magnet there that will come in. So the jump jets are like that. So it still has jump jets, but it's a little bit more mech orientated. And then the guns I've magnetized, but you can see that I've used two bigger set of magnets, but it's the only ones I had. And they go on like that. So that's how it, so it's more Mech Warrior, less Gundam. That's what I was going for. So that's my thing. I'm not sure about it, but given my level of skill, that's the best I could do. So that's where I'm with Tau. Basically, I'm stalled at that point. Can't smell the glue on those anymore. That's a pity. So yeah, that's where I am with my Tau. But I've got the colour scheme. Colour scheme's ready. We could probably paint one of those Tau, to be honest. If the colours crop up amongst the junk, we can do some Tau. Right, headphones, and let's get cracking. I got a couple of things I want to do today, want to show today. Might introduce some new stuff, but yeah, so that's where we're at. Good morning, guys. It's lovely to be on. No, not that. Don't need to see any of that. Silly Microsoft trying to force stuff on me. Right. I think it's just a case of getting started, isn't it? Just as quickly as possible getting some painting started. Ugh. Jeez, went straight in with something difficult, didn't you there, Table? I feel like that's the best way to go, though. Just jump straight into something tough. I'm not even going to worry about the behind edges. I don't even need to... No one's going to see those. Hi, Drat. Drat, do you want a Hellbrute? I found out that this Hellbrute I bought, I got tricked. It's a 3D print. I don't want it because it's sitting there reminding me that I got duped. It's just base coated. There's a little bit of lead belcher on there from yesterday, but it's, yeah, I don't want it. It's free. I'm going to put that on display, actually. Let me put that somewhere where people can see it, and then I can remind people that it's up for grabs. I don't want anything for it. You have to pay your postage, but I don't want to make any. It's really heavy. I'm not going to put it up there. But yeah, Hellbrute, don't want it. Depends where in the world you are, though. That's the only issue. It's hard to give stuff away. If you happen to be in Finland, Poland, Lithuania, Sweden, Denmark, you're in business. Outside of that, and we get some problems. Norfolk, yeah, you're screwed. Sorry, I can't give it to you. You'll pay a fortune on the customs. So, sorry, I can't get it to you, Drop. Otherwise, I could. But EU Brexit border. Thanks, Brexit. Sorry, bud. Venno's Nottingham, so I can't give it to him. I think there's enough boats floating over to the UK, frankly. I don't think we need to add to that. You know, if you catch my drift. Okay, I said about not doing the back of the frames, and then immediately proceeded to paint the back of the frames. Beautiful. Just a little tiny smidge in there. Hey, Drop. Being in the UK, do you buy your minis from a discount retailer? And if so, which one do you go for? I can think of 3. I'm just curious what you come up with without me prompting anything. Where do you buy your minis from? Wherever. Oh, wow. Looks like you got a business connect. Wow. That's fantastic, Drop. Good for you, man. That's great stuff. Well, that's a wonderful arcade. Yep, Element Games. This is a goodie. Well, that's lovely, Drop. That is very nice of you to give away Warhammer prizes. I'm sure people go loopy for that. Yeah! Good stuff, considering the dads. Good stuff, yeah. That's really nice of you to spare a thought for the dads. Dads get overlooked quite a bit, frankly. Oh, I'm a bit high. Hanging a bit high today. Hang on. Catch you later, Drat. He's off to be a good dad. Good job, buddy. Right, okay. I can give you my point of view on brushes. So you don't want to be a paintbrush in here. I don't look after you. And basically, this is what happens to my brushes after not much time at all. So they kind of go this way, right? Let's see if I can get it to focus. So they start splaying out. See how they splay out like shite? You see that? So they just go to pot. But, however, we have Citadel synthetic brushes, right? They're the cheapest ones. They don't splay so much, but they do bend. You see there's a little bend, tiny bit of splaying on this one, but it's been really going through some rough times. They're the ones for me to go for, personally. They're also the cheapest ones. That's my recommendation on brushes. If you let, on the normal brushes, if you let paint go all the way to the end and dry, that makes them splay out. But I don't have time for all that caring for brushes. I'll never buy, I think it's Sable is the fanciest of the fancy. Yeah, I'll never buy those. Give me these synthetic cheapo ones anytime. Hey, Samu. Okay, well, how new to Warhammer? Have you bought anything, models wise? Yeah, I'm sure there's other synthetic brushes you can get from art shops and stuff, but the GW ones, they're all right in my book. I bought 2, and then I liked them so much I bought 3 more, and I'll probably buy more just to have more on hand. Because sometimes I just, rather than clean a brush to put a different colour on it, I'll just dump it in the pot and grab a new one. So I am slowly transitioning over to synthetic brushes. Cadian shock troops are cool. Yeah, I've got some very old Cadians. Hang on, I'll show you those. That's really nice of him. Let me just do this last little bit of gold trim here on the cod piece, and then... Right, let me get it. So these models are from 2008? Maybe? We're really going back in time here. So here are my Cadians. So obviously they're going to be the older Cadians. They're a bit dusty. I wish I knew where the sergeant was. Yeah, there he is. This guy was the one guy that actually, he's so old, he played in a game. So, we have my sergeant with Power Fist. I know it looks a bit cartoonish, but I thought it was okay. It's 40k. What I've done is, I took the binoculars from the kit and cut them in half and put them on, like, night sights. So that's the front of the binoculars, stuck together as goggles. And then that's the back of the binoculars as goggles. Like I said, these are ancient, 2008, I think. And here's my sergeant. You can see a lot of agrax, very dark. Some little bit of camo attempt on the trousers, but that's my guard. There they are. A lot of packs on their backs, a lot of stuff carrying. But yeah, that's them. I haven't dabbled into the new guard. But yeah, they're ancient. 2001. What I'd really like to do is have a conscript army. So guard equipped people that are thrown into service and they're terrible. So if I was to use them in a game, I'd halve their leadership. I'd give them special rules like if the enemy is charging them, then they get an attempt to fire off 2 shots each to represent panic fire. Every time they try to throw a grenade, there's a chance that it goes off in their hand. Yeah, half their leadership. Commissars in every squad. I'd love that. Like a conscript regiment. Oh, I'd love that. The Google guys from Payday. Oh, okay, well. That's a happy accident. Can't say I've played Payday. Although I think I have Payday 2 on my Steam list. But those models, yeah, they're ancient. They're some of the oldest models I actually still have. Only beat really by this red paint down here. That red paint down there, that's 1990s paint. It still works. Hey, KS. Yeah, pretty early. Pretty standard, actually, for a weekday. So my understanding for a commissar, right, if you put them in a guard squad, right, I don't know if this is still the case, but if you put them in a guard squad and the guard squad take a leadership check, the commissar will shoot the sergeant. They're past their leadership check, but the sergeant is shot and the commissar takes control of the squad, based on my rather limited understanding of the rules. And then if they fail a second leadership test, the commissar is killed and the squad breaks and starts to flee off board, from what I understand. That's the kind of rules I like the idea of. It's like a backup, but you lose the sergeant. You've passed your leadership, but the sergeant's gone. And I love the idea of that. I love some of the older stuff from Rogue Trader as well, like human bombs. And they can have robots in their armies. It's just wacky stuff. I really like it. I don't have any commissars. That's tragic. Everyone should have at least one commissar. I got chaplains. I like chaplains. From what I understand, every unit has a leadership, and then if you take like a certain amount of casualties or other factors, like I think some creatures and big units can cause fear, which is like a leadership check, and then terror, which is a harder leadership check. But I'm sure it changes between editions. And basically, you have to roll 2 dice and get either the same or less, or the same or more. I forget which way round it is. And that's a leadership check, just to test their courage. That's why I want to halve it for my conscript legion. So when they are brave, it's like a real worthy note of celebration. Like they held. They could have easily broke, but they held. And then I would paint them with some... they'd get some new equipment, maybe an artillery piece or something, and I'd decorate their uniforms in some way to show that they were a little bit brave, and then work my way up to a guards regiment. You know, I don't want elite human troops. I want me on a battlefield, panicking and shooting every which way, and grenades falling at my feet. I'd love to have an army like that, untrained but with military equipment on hand. That'd be great. Yeah, it's that, and I would really like some techno-barbarians. I'm going to start making techno-barbarians, I think. I'm going to go with Necromunda squads and start mixing them all together. Actually, guys, have you seen the new Skitterati? There's a new Angron for Horus Heresy, and there's new Skitterati troops. And the new Skitterati troops for Horus Heresy are easily 100% better than the current Skitter army for 40k. Rex, yeah, exactly that. Yeah, you can relate to them. I want me on the battlefield, and I know that I wouldn't be a very good soldier. But in my panic, I might accidentally hit something. Which one? I mean, there's a few kicking about now, isn't there? Thanks for stopping in and saying hi, Ven. I'll catch you later, buddy. I think that's one of the advantages of being poor, is that the urge to impulse buy minis is way less, and so it kind of guards you against too much of a pile of shame. So that's a real silver lining there. So, like, at nearest, I've seen a Rabute girly man for €40, and I was like, oh man. And I saw a rather badly base coated Neuro Tyrant and the little baby brains for 28, but it's just little stuff. I can't justify 100 plus on a single model. No, not well. But from my this is really limited understanding because I don't play. But from what I understand, Guardsmen and Orcs are both Horde armies, and Guardsmen have really good tanks. Yeah, I feel you, KS. Yeah, I agree with you. You don't have to buy all the time, you know. It's good. That's a good attitude to have. I do like my Orcs. I don't have many of them painted. Would you like to see some Orcs, Rex? I got a couple of Orcs kicking about. That's really coming along. I need to find the null oil. What we'll do is we'll move on and paint something else, and then hopefully I'll stumble across the null oil. Okay, let's just crack out some Orcs. So, the good thing about Orcs is that they're a great starter army because you can basically paint them anything and muck them up, and there's a lot of flexibility with Orcs. Now, I found him and then subsequently lost my Orc in Mega Armor, which is my favourite. But I definitely have my Killer Can here. You know, I'm going to take the opportunity, Rex, for you to walk across the room and check my drawer because I think he might be in there. Okay. So all I've got is my Killer Can. Hang on. I wish I knew where he was. He's my favourite. I really like him. He's like my prototype. And he's magnetised. Oh, I'm talking a strong game, but I can't see him. Well, maybe it'll turn up if we keep rummaging. Yeah. So, Here's my killer can. It's basically a little orc or Gretchen in a metal can with legs and little arms. You can really, basically, I kind of feel like they're kind of like orcs are kind of like just junk. They're just junk. They like throwing junk around. Catch you later, KS. So yeah, that's my killer can. I've got some orcs in mega armor and some storm boys, which are jump pack orcs. But I haven't got a clue where they are. I kind of threw everything in a box before Christmas, and I'll just show you how my space is. It's a bit cramped. I actually sit in a cupboard, so it's not a big space. You can see there's one side, and I've got my janky workspace. I've got my computer screen there, so it's a bit janky. But if he turns up, the thing is, like, oh, I wish I have to find him. I'm not going to waste too much time rustling around, but let's hope we stumble across him during the stream. I really appreciate Ven and KS. Like, despite being also at work, I really appreciate him popping on, because the blue tack won't tell me, but I know for sure they hopped on and dropped a like for me. You gotta appreciate that kind of thing. I love it. So the question is, Rex, for you, is once you've painted your 20 guardsmen, what are you going to get next? What are you thinking about getting next? I mean, you're new to the hobby, so maybe you're not going to go for a leader or something, but maybe you are. Maybe you want to give that a go. What are you thinking? No worries, Rex. Come and go as you please. Come and go as you please. No worries at all, buddy. We can talk some other time. Don't you sweat it. I'll catch you later, buddy. See you later. Right, so I think that was everybody. So time to just knuckle down on the painting. 2 headphones on. Let's go. Let's make some progress. Welcome anytime, Rex. More than happy to talk about the hobby. I will catch you later. Yeah, welcome anytime, bud. Don't you worry about it. Maybe let me know how your progress goes. Also, with your dad collecting orcs as well, I'd like to hear about that too, how he gets on, what he chooses. Ah, that's a really big splodge on the white. I got to clean it off. Go, go, go. Okay. Ah! I just about to declare damage mitigated. Okay. Looks like we're repainting that white. That's okay. We can do that. Damage semi-mitigated. Man, that's fiddly under the shield there. Shoop, shoop. Ooh. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, I went over the gold on the green there. We can fix that. It's got to be inked anyway. I mean, I'm amazed I haven't made more mistakes, frankly. Ooh. We must remember to do that green. I'm definitely going to do the green before I put this down because I won't remember else. Just a little touch up and moot. We'll sort that. These are really coming together. These are my first. We didn't get an answer on that. If you class knights as titans or if you just call them knights as opposed to titans. Yeah, not too sure on the difference. Right, let's get the moot green. Oh, that's an awful lot of moot green for one touch up. Oh. Not quite yet. Not yet. But today's the day. Apparently today's the day the Crux Terminatus turn up. Been waiting all Christmas and New Year's for that. You know what, I might just give it a little touch up whilst I'm here with the green. That's all. Just a tiny touch up. I might just give this one a tiny touch up as well. As I've got the green out, there's only a tiny bit on the palette, so I've got to stain it anyway, but I just thought I might take this opportunity to build it up ever so slightly. There we go. You know what, I will do a little bit on there. Oh, I missed some gold on this one. This one here. If I didn't decide to touch up the greens, I would have totally missed that. I wouldn't have picked it up again. Good job I did. I feel pretty amazing right now, guys. God, this is amazing. Absolutely love this. It just catches you all of a sudden. It's like, yeah, this is wonderful. This is, I just don't want to do anything else. This is where I want to be, sitting here. Just playing, painting. Actually, playing a game would be great. But yeah, painting, assembling, all that doohickey. Right, let's grab another model out whilst we've got the gold going. Good. Okay, and I wanted to get out this guy. So what I've done is I have two of these guys. I think, I think everything's magnetized. Not ideal, but they're done. I got two of these guys. Now they're not fully base coated, but they are magnetized, so I can change the heads, and I can change this, and that bit stays. Yep, but also the shins. So that way I can get in and change them up. But the frame is not base coated. However, the heraldry pad plates are, so we can do those and get a little bit of progress. Now I've started one on the other one. Let's just put these on. There we go. And you can see I've got the very, very preliminaries on that one. And I've gone for red and blue because that's my family colours, my house colours. My family crest, sorry. So that's what I decided to go with. But I haven't done anything since I did that initial marking. So I say we just bloody well go for it, eh? Let's see if I've got some space somewhere around here to fit this guy. That would do. Now we've got some gold already, so I might just do the trim just to start to get a feel of how it's going to look. Ooh, even just a little bit of gold really starts cleaning that up. All right, I feel like I should start getting stuff completed towards our 100. Be right back. One moment. Just gonna go check the real-time stats so I can't help myself. I shouldn't really, it's a bit cheeky. Cool. Hey, club! You joined a quiet one. We've just been knuckling down, getting some stuff done. How you doing? You here for a little chit-chat? Or you here just to watch? Either is fine. Either is absolutely fine. You let me know. I'll realise soon enough. Oh, what are you having? Ah, man. It's been a long time since I've had Weetabix. For me, Weetabix was all about like stacking like 8 on in a pile and putting sugar in between all of them and then pouring milk over the top. That was Weetabix consumption for me. It was always about eating too much Weetabix. Two is just nothing. You gotta eat enough that you feel horribly bloated. That was back when I used to eat the stuff. But there's definitely a point where Weetabix goes too far. You know, it gets too soggy. You gotta eat it within that golden window of consumption time before it turns into that really off mush. Semi-soggy, that's the way to go with Weetabix. Semi-soggy is definitely, you never eat it immediately, but semi-soggy, that's the sweet spot. Yeah, I had my usual breakfast. So my usual breakfast is, not that you asked, but glad you asked. Let me tell you right now. It's a cup of coffee, and then it's a Megaforce, a grotty energy drink. And then when I get home, the rest of my breakfast is some No Explode pre-workout, berry burst flavour, chased down with some creatine monohydrate, and that's my breakfast. And I wager anyone, consume that for your breakfast and tell me you're not awake by the end of all that. Yeah, you eat, buddy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a time limit on Weetabix, without a doubt. Same with shredded wheat. Is shredded wheat still a thing? It's been a while since I've been living in England. Long time. I feel the same with coffee and temperature. There's a sweet spot temperature line. I've got to clean that bit off. That's too much on the Gorga. You see it right there. Let me clean that. Do you know the name, Club, of what he's chomping? Is he chomping it for work? Or is he chomping... What's your job? Like, if you're in an office job and he's chomping it, he's in trouble. That's exactly what it's for. Exactly. It's a good move on his part, to be honest. And what the best thing about a pre-work, not every pre-workout, but my pre-workout of choice, is that I hate exercise, right? I hate it. All I want to do is sit in a jacuzzi, eating pie and drinking cocktails, right? That's all my body wants to do. But I don't really have a choice in the matter. I kind of have to exercise. But the motivation isn't always there. So the beautiful thing about No Explode is when you chomp it, you've got about 20 to 30 minutes to start exercising, or it punishes you. It makes you feel so awful. So once you take it, you're like, okay, I know this is going to punish me if I don't exercise. So it's a fantastic motivator, because how it makes you feel if you don't exercise is absolutely awful. It's just the worst, and it's such a good motivator. It's like you chomp it and you're like, yep, well, have to now. Otherwise, the retribution is swift. Ah, super! Haven't seen you in a little while. There's quite a lot of stuff on the go. You want to see? You want to? Ah, I forgot about Warhammer. Hey, do you paint Warhammer? I'm very into my Warhammer. Hey, have you ever played Warhammer? And even better. I thought you were two people. I didn't realize it. And you son of a bitch. Sorry, I haven't been playing many games, buddy. I do apologize. I haven't played a single game since before Christmas, Ant. Let alone on Discord. I know. It's disgusting. I've kind of lost the ability to record currently. So it's kind of like a little bit of the lost age of technology for me at the moment. But we're working back towards it. We just got a couple of bits on the way. Warhammer Mama is how it's called. That's how you say it. Warhammer Mama. It changes every time we say it. Oh, Anne, how was your Christmas? How was your New Year's? Oh, Anne, son of a bitch. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You could tell. I bet you could tell when I called you super that I hadn't twigged. That's why you immediately corrected me. You could tell. I bet my voice sounded different towards you as well. I bet you. Yeah. Without a doubt. Tell me, do you play Warhammer or Warhammer Futiku? Do you play Futiku or Warhammer Sigmundma? Yes to both. Warhammer Futiku and Warhammer Ujasugmu. Okay. I like Futiku more than Sugmu. But I would play Sugmu. And there's warhammer mama, the Uwulord. That one's quite good. That's new, even though it's called the Ood-Wulud. Ood-Wulud sounds a little bit like what is it? Shai-Hulud? Shai-Hulud from June? Shai-Hulud. Exclusively food. Oh, yes, of course you do. You collect the old Z-Cheese. Happy to hear you've been doing well, buddy. Futaku. Zooch. He is the Tazunchi. He collects. The 100 Boys he collects. 100 Boys. 100 Boys. 100 Boys. They're nothing but dust. Yes, what I said, Anne. Just for anyone else for a bit of context, I might you might think, how hold up table. You're being a little bit harsh towards Anne, aren't you? And Anne is very much in the realm of the more I like you, the more I kind of take the mickey out of you. I don't know why. It makes me less friends. But yeah, Anne's very much in that bracket. Yes. You should, I mean, and like before you persecute me too hard, you should hear the despicable stuff he calls me. Yeah. Way worse. Way worse. I'm just trying to keep up by saying the things I say. Yeah, one of the worst things Ant said to me, he said he wished he was my mum so he could neglect me. Can you believe that? What a thing to say. What a thing to say. True story, that. 100% true facts. He said, I wish I was your mum so I could neglect you. What a thing to say. See, confirmed. True story. Totally confirmed. Well, that was easy to highlight. I wish I could find that bloody null oil. Yeah, for the longest time that was the case, yeah. I have, actually, on the subject of Zeech, I've recently found that I want to get myself some Zeech stuff. I don't own really anything Zeechy, and I've decided I need to move into that world. I don't have anything. And considering Zeech is one of my more lore-wise, the ones that I like more, I own next to nothing, if anything. I don't think I own a single one. I'd have to go more demony though. The Terminators look alright, but the robot things, I wanted to like them, but they look like they're standing too straight. Exalted Sorcerers. Oh, okay. Appreciate the tip. I do like the little discs they fly on as well. And I like pink horrors. I really like pink horrors. I think they look really cool. I don't know the difference between pink and blue horrors, but I like the models. And I know that if I like them online, I'm going to love them in person. And then that's typically the rule of thumb. And if they're okay online or you're not sure, sometimes they can surprise you in person. There's a lot of models that fall into that category as well. The issue with buying pink horrors is that GW's prices go up year on year, and they're not new models. You know, so I don't necessarily want to buy the inflated prices. So I know they're really old models, so I kind of try and keep an eye out for second hand. Nah, eBay's not so great, because the thing with eBay is that a lot of people have been selling for a while, and they're just trying to get the maximum amount they can for whatever they're selling, which is understandable. But for me, I like snuffling out the bargains. That's what I like snuffling out. I like finding someone who's selling some stuff, and they're selling it pretty cheap, or they're just trying to get rid of a batch. I like those bargains. Are you welcome? You're welcome. Right, okay. You're saying you're welcome for the tip. No, eBay has its uses, don't get me wrong. Yeah, no, I'm not poo-pooing. Appreciate the suggestion. I'm not, Piano. Oh, I wish I was musically inclined. But zero musical talent. You know what? I'm going to give this guy a go with Agrex. Why not? We've been using Reichland so much. Let's Agrex this guy. Let's go with watery Agrex. No, not watery Agrex, just Agrex. It's a okay, so it's an Age of Sigmar model, right? And I think they're something like Caridon Overlords, right? But I'm going to use them as Leagues of Votann robot people, right? So essentially, this is going to be like a Clockwork Man for 40k. That's essentially what I'm using him as. Because I want to kind of make my Votanny look a little bit more dwarven, a little bit more squat-like. To be honest, Agrex really works on this gold. It's got a nice feel to it. It's Clockwork Gimli, basically, yeah. I really like the lore of the Robo guys with Votann. That's the biggest draw to Votann for me. Yeah, I found one box of them. I've got some more kicking about somewhere, but I got those ones. There's some more somewhere. I tell you what, the Lord of the Rings things, miniatures, some of them are a bit hit and miss, but they released just recently Shelob and Gollum. They look alright. You know, they look okay. The Shelob and the Gollum models. Yeah, Shelob is the new one, but they're a bit hit and miss. The one that really stood out for me was the armored ogre, not an ogre, troll, the armored troll, because the kit, even though it's ancient, you can build many varieties from the same kit. So I was like, oh, you could buy 4 kits and get 4 different ogres. I kind of like that idea, because you could square base them or magnetize the bases and have them in old world as well, which I kind of like. That actually looks really nice. Agrex might work really well with gold, it seems. We might be onto something with this. Francois called it. He said, Agrex and gold. I like him. Right. We need that null oil is what we need. I could try the old null oil. There's a little bit in there. It's got a little bit. Maybe we'll be all right with that. I'm going to give it a go. Welcome back, Rex. No, I don't feel like I need to ink everywhere, frankly. So the DJ's just changed on my Twitch DJ, right? And I get like these WE DJs, and this woman might be an actual DJ, maybe. But look where she's playing from. She's got trees on the boat. I mean, I'm pretty sure the boat's a rental, but just imagine. Oh, they've gone now. It's an alien world, that kind of money. Alien world to me. Absolute alien world. They have trees on their boat. Trees. And a sofa. There's a bit I need to clean up there. You see it? It's right there. That bit there. You got to clean them as you go if you find them. Don't just leave them for later. You'll forget about them. It is Tau, yeah. That's my Tau colour scheme. Figuring out the colour scheme for my units is really difficult, but this is how my Tau are going to look. That's my Tau uniform. It took me quite a while to get to that point. Don't look at the green base. I was trying something new. It looks terrible, I know. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the colour scheme. Yeah, exactly. Stephen, that is I'm flattered that you would think so, buddy. But I went to the Armies on Parade last year at Games Workshop, and I won this. Ow. I won this piece of metal. It's got Stormcast on the one side, but then that iconic 40k picture that we all know and love on this side. Big metal chunk. But this is a participation award. I don't think I'd ever win painting prizes, frankly. Yeah, I don't think I'm anywhere good enough to... I'm trying to... So the stand for this thing is in that corner, right? Right down there. And every time I try to put it in one-handed, this is stabbing me in the hand. Let's see if I can get away with getting it back in there. Oh, also, if anyone wants this Hell Brew, I don't want it. I got duped. It's a 3D print. You can have it for free if you're willing to pay postage. Subject to where you live in the world. I did have two Gundam. I had to sell them though. I had two Gundam kits. Um, yeah, but I sold them in the end. Is it Gunpla? Is that how you say it? I really like how people paint them up, but it's really, they're painted really slick. I don't have the skill to paint that slick. Not at all. Wish I did. Right, okay, so I don't know a lot about Gundam, but it's like they look almost like German stormtroopers in they got like green helmets, and then the main character one, he drove like a red suit variant of that. I think they're earlier suits, but they look like soldiers. They're definitely rank and file. I want to say they're the baddies. I don't think they were. Yeah, I think Zaku. Ah, Richard. Ah, I've been hoping you come on. Excellent, Richard. I got to know. Did you spread the good word about the blessings of Blue Tack? I must know. You've been mentioned by me in multiple streams now. Please tell me you spread the gospel of the Blue Tack. Yeah, Zaku is the one. That's the one. They're the suits. I thought they looked particularly cool. Ah, heresy! He didn't think it was a good idea. Did he give any reasons? I'm super curious now. I'm super curious. In Gundam as well, a Gundam question. Didn't they gas everyone on a space colony and then crash the space colony into a planet? Yeah, that's a great bit of lore, that is. Richard, I've got to know. I've got to know. I've got to know why he didn't like the Blue Tack idea. I think the crashing the colony thing was like the opening salvo in a war. I think it was like the opening act, I think. I tell you what, on the subject of crashing stuff into things, I like that they abandoned through the Blackstone Fortress into Cadia, right? But I also really like that from when the planet was breaking apart, they could still see guardsmen firing, even though the planet was coming apart. There was still fighting going on the sections, which I thought was immense. There's no way I'm going to get in there to clean that off, but let's try. There's a tiny bit of injection port from the sprue left in there. Can I get it? Oh. Yeah, I can. Okay, sweet. Yeah, it's a pretty nice bit of lore. I like that a lot. Okay. God, null oil on lead belcher really does come up a treat. Oh, what? No! Genuine suggestion. He got a bit defensive, did he? Poor guy. Ah, man, that's a shame. But hey, you know, different cultures. And if he's a bit stressed out, if he's had someone heckling him in stream and he's a bit down anyway, then he might be like a little bit defensive. So that's a shame. We were just trying to help out. I'm sorry that I put you up to that. I'm sorry that you caught a bit of flack from a streamer you like watching. Sorry about that, buddy. I feel a bit bad that I sent you off to try and help someone and put you in that situation. Sorry, Rich. Sure do. There's one right here. War! This is a very old painted one. This is ancient. I like his red mush. Oh, I love strawberries, I do. But yeah, a lot of Agrax. There's some ogres up here. There's an ogre. He's on old world bases. He's ready to go. I do like ogres. What else we got? We got Savage Orc over here. Burp. There we go. He's on a round base because he was the miniature of the month. He's going to go on a square base with his box of Savage Orcs I've got, but I'm going to do them archers, I think. We've got a chameleon up here. You'll be old worldy something. Probably in a skink regiment, I reckon. Maybe a leader of a skink regiment? Maybe. Thanks, yeah. Again, trying to figure out the colour scheme. Savage Orcs, it's a shame you can't get them anymore. They're pretty rare now. But yeah, I went for brighter. But I'm not so happy about the teeth. I feel like I could do better with the teeth. But hey, we can keep that one as a lesson. I'm in the process of assembling this. Hang on. So I've got this. I managed to get this cheap off of Vinted. But I got this. And I've assembled the orcs, but I haven't done the goblins yet, which I'm most excited about. And I'm least excited about the chariots. But yes, I got that, which is a nice little treat I got myself when I started streaming last year, mid-October. It was like a little well-done table for putting yourself out there. I like that no one's really the good guy, because we've all got the capability for evil and we've all got the capability for good. And I do feel like the really good shows show that, the nuance of it. Because like good people can do bad things and bad people can do good things. A bit too sci-fi. Okay. What would constitute a bit less sci-fi? Something that's like, I don't know, a little bit futuristic set in the real world, maybe? And what would be an example of that? No, very little terrain. Very, very little terrain. I've got some pieces of Necromunda that I haven't finished working on. But that's all. It's a shame because I've got some Tyranid terrain in the Typhon box, but I haven't even opened that sucker. But yeah, I'd quite like some terrain. But from what I understand, if you manage to become a Warhammer sponsored by Warhammer, they're pretty liberal with their terrain. So I figure we just crack on with this, and if and when we get big enough to catch Warhammer's eye, I'll simply ask for terrain. Nothing wrong with being optimistic. Ah, it's too flashy, too sleek. Okay, well that makes sense, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with having a preference. The spaceship one's really good. The Black Mirror spaceship episode. I lost interest in Black Mirror. I haven't even bothered watching the new ones. I feel like they went a little bit awry. But some of the earlier ones as well are incredibly good. But I do like Black Mirror. That's the beauty of it. It is ridiculous, and I like that it can go ridiculous. I like that it has that scope for ridiculousness as well, and it can be incredibly grounded and incredibly ridiculous. Orcs are fungus. They're a fungus. If you want some really wacky lore, look into how the orcs came into being. That's not even the craziest bit about orcs. It's that they have a collective psychic power that if they believe something is the case, it is the case. There's some fan fiction that says the reason the universe is always at war is because orcs want to fight all the time, so that their collective psychic ability causes it. Isn't that lovely? There's a lovely bit of lore as well where some orcs were on a spaceship and they wanted to open the window a bit, and they opened the window of the spaceship, and it didn't decompress because they believed it wouldn't. Yeah, it's true. I love little bits like that. Like when they first met a Titan on the battlefield, they thought it was the Emperor. That's all it needs. Good. Yeah, there's some really good bits. There's a piece of there's this really good fan art. Oh, I wish I should mention it if I can't find the name. Yeah, hang on, let me have a look. Hang on, I'm going to try and look it up. One sec. I'm going to try and look it up because I feel like the artist, we should recognize the artist. Wait 1 second. Okay, so the pictures in Discord, and it's Adeptus Illustratum who did it, right? I'm a big fan of Chaos Spawn because like anything you can really cook up anything you can imagine. Really, Nurgle's a loving guy. He loves his kids. It's like, do you know? It's like you can not feel pain ever again, and you won't feel disease, you won't feel fatigue, and that gift is basically you get every disease, but you're immune to them. It's a nice little helpful thing. Life expectancy for guardsmen is less than 24 hours. There's a book called, I think it's 16 hours or 18 hours. I think it's 16 hours. It's a story about guardsmen. That's a really good read. Yeah, it's a really, really good read. Where's Leadbelcher? I love the Emperor as a character. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. No one's. You'll be all right. It's all about the chit chat. Like if you don't know a lot, it's fine. You'll hear about bits and bobs. You can even make up some lore if you really want. We could make up some lore right now. Hey, Avocado. So the one bit of lore I made up is that there's an orc slur for orcs in Old World that orcs will call other orcs piggers, right? And it's an orc slur, and it implies that they are not strong enough to kill humans for food, that they have to kill pigs. So that's my own little bit of lore. You lousy pigger! And I like it because it sounds like it could be confused for something else. You filthy pigger! But that's legitimately what it is. Yeah, that you can't kill humans, that you're weak. Did the Emperor say now or no when Dawn brought him to the throne? Ah, Richard, stop! No, you're talking about Era of Ruin, aren't you? You're talking about Era of Ruin. I've got it, but not read it. Ah, spoilers! Damn it, Richard. Not everyone's read the Siege of Terror here, let alone Era of Ruin. God damn it. Yeah, get out of here, Richard. Get out of here. Jesus, you just assumed everyone's read it. And that's the exact reason why I jumped Horus Heresy and went straight to Siege of Terror. But I haven't had time for Era of Ruin yet. Go stick some blue tack over your mouth, Richard. Go eat some blue tack, son of a bitch. Rex, go with what you like. Go with what you like. That's the best advice I can give you. What do you like it? If so, that's what you do. That's what you go with. Oh, good. Good, Rex. It's good to hear, man. Now, I want to use silver sparingly. Leadbelcher sparingly. I don't want to do everything Leadbelcher. Oh, it's a very wobbly hand there, table. What did you say you went with? Grey trousers. Let me see. Light grey fatigues. Yeah, light grey works. I like light grey. In fact, I'm a giant fan. If you look at my Terminators, I do like my light grey. Maybe that's a better example. You can barely see the highlights on these guys. I can't even tell if I've highlighted that one or not. Okay, I don't want to do too much silver, so I think that's enough. Yeah. Just going to go grab my coffee. Thanks, yeah. I appreciate that. Yes, I'll show you another one. I went for yellow. I find I'm pretty bad at painting lighter colours, so I've been making more of an effort. Like if you compare one of the more recent ones with one of the older ones, you can see like it's kind of dark. Like I struggle with lighter colours, so I've endeavoured to paint lighter. As you can see here, just trying to paint brighter colours. That's my. You can see even these guys; they're quite bright. I don't want to like they're dark in the recesses, sure, but I'm trying to like lighten things. I find it more difficult. I'm just getting my coffee. Won't be a sec, guys. It is? They have a blood for the blood god red? I don't know why I'm so surprised. That should have been the case long ago. Missed opportunity that, not doing it sooner. Also, is anyone else getting involved in that million miniatures thing? That starts on the 17th. Although technically it's started now. I'm sure anything you paint between New Year's and now is viable. I've certainly made that the case. I might have to pick some of that up. That's a great idea for spare heads. That's a great idea. What would be the thing is, like, if you could... I'm not saying buy Angron. I'm not saying that. But if you could figure out what Angron's base was, and then, like, buy the right size base, and then have a look how he's posed, you could, in theory, build a mountain of heads. That's a really good idea. Khan the Betrayer should also have a mountain of heads on his base. Let's crack out another one of these. Let's see, what do we have? Maybe this one? Yeah. I don't need such a small brush for this. So this guy kind of combines Sigmar stuff and old world stuff. This guy, he's a bit of a mix of both, but he's still going to be used as Votann Clockwork Man. That was always the plan. I don't mind what unit they proxy for. If the base is the same, I guess Halfkin? No? What's the regular Votann trooper? And I'll just assume that they have the same weapon and it comes out the end of the axe. Can someone do me a favour? If you're on a computer and you've got a browser up, can you find out what colour the trousers are for Votann? And if you want to go above and beyond, let me know what paint colours. Well, I'll take a general, it's bluey, or, you know, whatever. Yeah. What colour the trousers on Leagues of Votann troops are? I can't remember. This is the closest I've got to Votann colour trousers. I did this, so I guess they might be blue. But then again, the armour I've started the armour white, so I don't remember. I think it's green. Stegodon scale green. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Okay. I need to screenshot that. Hang on. That worked. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, sounds like it to me. Oh, that's a pretty cool guy. Dual hammer dwarf. It's not focusing on him. There we go. But again, he's going to be golden face, golden beard, because he's Clockwork Man, you know? They're Clockwork. They're not real Votan. They are the AI buddies they have hanging out with them. Yeah, he just figured, you know, I've just gained sentience. What's better than Warhammer? I did quite a lot of kit bashing with these guys. I took quite a few liberties. But it was before Old World came back, so they were on round bases. I'll just get more dwarves if I want to eventually get into doing more Old Worldy stuff, which would be the plan, ideally. Trouble is, I can only progress so fast. And yeah, I get a lot more done with the streaming. We'll get there, guys. If I'm doing 1,000 hours, I think we'll have one system ready by the end of the 1,000 hours. We're only, what, 36 hours into... Yeah, 36 hours in to the 1,000. So we've made a little bit of a dent, but it's still early, still January. But yeah, we've done 36 hours of streaming so far. Ooh, that's a good question. I have no idea. Is one of the leagues more heavy on the AI troopers? Yeah, if there's a league that's more in favour of the AI and the robot-y guys, I don't know their name. There's also a tip here. Painting Guide looked on through Goonhammer says Gut Ripper Flesh Contrast, 2 coats is good for the trousers. Ooh. That's good. I like that a lot. That's a good tip. I'm going to screenshot my phone. Yeah, I got it. Good tip. Thank you. So I'm going on the 17th because I need to pick something up for this Million Miniatures thing. And I need to try and get another servitor. But yeah, so I'll pick up a few paints. Oh, Urani Serta regulates. Okay, so that's my Votan faction right there. They're the ones I want. If they're heavy on the use of the robot-y guys, the AI. Is it just me as well? Or, you know the hovering torsos that some Votan guys have with them? To me, those guys are just screaming for some legs. You know? They're just absolutely in dire need of some legs. Also, I don't know their name, but they come free in a box. They're new. They're like the beefed up version AI robots for Votan. I really like those as models. Like, they are exactly my cup of tea. They look delicious with those dirty great rifles. Do you need any more heavy intercessors? Are they the guys with the melters? Are they heavy intercessors, or have I got that wrong? With like the chunkier armor. I think Hugh Janus was actually Life of Brian, and you're talking about Tis a Scratch, which was Holy Grail. Oh no, wait, it might have been Life of Brian was Biggest Dickus. Sorry, Sergeant. Sorry, Sarge. I get confused easily, so it might not have necessarily been all you. Okay, gold's on. Let's ink that one. We're making some pretty bloody good progress, frankly, today. You could argue that these are complete. Well, maybe not, actually. Law states Votan are AI kin, so you can do any primary colours, I'd say. You're putting too much pressure on yourself, Rex. You're putting too much pressure. You're not being judged in any way, shape, or form. There's no judgment coming at you. Just, you're good. There's no judgment coming your way, okay? Ease off on yourself. You're being too hard on yourself, buddy. Just take a moment. We're just talking. It's just a conversation. There's no stigma attached to any of this. It's just chat. Yeah, I heard that about the guard as well. That he wasn't in on the joke. He didn't know about it. Oh, that's Reichland. I didn't want Reichland. Well, whilst I've got it out, actually, I'll do Reichland on the silvers here. If that's to me, I don't play. I don't play. Yeah, I don't know anyone who would play this game with me. So I'm going to try and learn them solo. So I'll probably technically play both sides. He's not answering because it's Tao. That's what I reckon. Tao gets some unnecessary flack, I feel. Thanks. I've missed a little bit of gold here. This is a bit risky doing it with the ink wet, but I reckon I can just dab it on. No one will notice. And there's a little bit of green there, which I'll just get rid of. Uh, there we go. That'll work. This is pre-made. It's Agrax Earthshade. I used to swear by it, but I kind of went off for a little bit. And then Francois was saying, give it a go on gold, and I didn't. I've been using Reichland Fleshshade. But I'll be honest, I think he was right. Like, the difference... Like, neither one's better than the other. Reichland's got a certain feel to it. It's warmer, but this one goes deeper into the recesses. So they've both very much got a place. I'm loving this combination. Like, and then when you bring it up in the golds, it looks more like this. So it really, my camera won't autofocus. Sorry. You'll see it when I pick that one up, or when this one dries. Don't worry, guys. But yeah, it's Agrax Earthshade. Yeah, me neither on gold. Yeah, thank you, Francois, for telling me that one. And once you bring up the golds, and what we do is, in this stream, we'll get an example of it finished, and we can see how it looks at the end result. The other dwarf, he's inked, golded, inked, re-golded, so he just highlights now. So we'll do him next, and we can see what it looks like as a finished result. I'll show you Reichland as a finished result. Same combination, just with Reichland. Let's see if I can find him here. So that's Reichland gold. If you can see that one. It's a bit warmer. That's Reichland gold. No oil is great for putting on lead belcher. All this one is, for the metallics, all that is lead belcher and null oil over the top. And you could get away with doing that on all your metal stuff, frankly. And that's how I'd probably paint if I wasn't actively looking to improve. That's kind of the plan of the streams, is to actively try and up my skills. But you could just paint a load of metallic models that way. Like Iron Warriors, easy. Spray in lead belcher, no oil, you're 90% done. Right, that's him inked. Goat guy. You mean the free mini of the month? Goat guy. Oh, yeah, well, I didn't continue him. Here he is. No, I got totally stumped. Admittedly, I got put on the spot and I didn't deliver. He looks atrocious. I would not paint yours that way, KS, especially with how good your painting is. I feel like it's a big step backwards. I tried for you. I tried. But no, after the stream, I was like, yeah, that sucked. And never persevered with it. Flesh is a big... There's some glaring holes in my skill level. And flesh is one of them. You haven't got the set. Was it Venno who posted a servitor in the Discord then, KS, not you? Are you in Japan, Avocado, because either yourself or your family are in the military over there? Or is it something else? Curious. You don't have to answer that, okay? If that's too much about real life, you totally don't have to answer that question. I don't mean to put you on the spot at all. So the other reason why I wanted to do my dwarves Goldie is because of Morrowind, the Elder Scrolls. I've never said their name out loud. I want to say Dwemer, but I really like those guys as well in my Elder Scrolls. I say Elder Scrolls and not Oblivion or Morrowind or Skyrim because I've played all of them. Oh, the word's in. It's arrived. My package has arrived finally. I know he's not here, but big thank you to Greco. Thank you very much, dude. It's arrived. Ah, man. That's perfect news. Totally going to go and get that after this stream. I'll drag my son after school to the post office and pick that sucker up. Oh, it's finally arrived. I think I might be doing some gluing today. Just maybe. I can't wait. I can't wait. Finally. It only took about 25 days. I got so for €200, I got a Crux Terminatus box and the Mechanicum Horus Heresy Battle Force box. I don't know what its exact name is, but I got both of those for 200. Totally thanks to Greco, which is probably the single nicest thing someone's done for me in 5 years. Outside of family. Like, astronomical. No, not even 5 years, 10 years. You get some of these in the box. It doesn't have a head, but it's like the Tech Priests of Mars. They like technology. This guy's missing his head, but this is one of the units in the box. He's like a Horus Heresy. Robot-y. Well, technically, it's a bit of spine and a bit of brain in a robo suit, pumped up full of chemicals. Yeah, it was crazy constipated. It was crazy. And it's kind of tragic as well that when I get good news, I kind of shut down. Like, my wife, she makes fun of me for it, but whenever I get good news, I kind of get really deadpan. Like, oh, that's good. Like, I'm not used to it. Yeah, it was more like 340, which turned into about 220 after YouTube chomped a load of it. So yeah, very much. Yeah, if you're gonna go big like Greco did, don't do it for YouTube. I don't think. Well, I mean, it's up to you. It's your money. What am I saying? But the point is, it was bloody nice. It made my Christmas, for me personally, made my Christmas because I got to look forward to it. Had something to look forward to over Christmas. And yeah, especially because I was sick over Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, it was really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, I was blown away and continue to be. like I say, nicest thing. It's a bit weird because we had that happen with Greco's, which is the single nicest thing. Like, I can't even remember the last time. And then last weekend it's been the best weekend for the channel in, well, not even in time. It's the second best time the channel's ever done, ever, was last weekend. There was only one other occasion that stands out, which was in like I think late 2014, early 2015, where the ad revenue went bonkers. But for everything but ad revenue, last weekend was the second best by far. It just skyrocketed. It's yeah, the channel's up on stats like 1400%. It's just crazy. Yeah, but it was really nice. What a compliment, you know. What a compliment from Greco. Like I said, it's blew me away. Right, let's gold up some of these. Oh wait, what was I going to show you? Oh yeah, the fully highlighted. Let's leave the gold for a second and crack out Runefang Steel. I'll show you the highlights, and we can all have a look at what Agrax Gold looks like. If I can just find my damn Runefang Steel. There's Leadbelcher. Grays. Like, this is only like a small amount of my paints. I don't know how to get organised. I need to build some more shelves, clearly. Ah, yeah. This guy is load bearing. See this dreadnought? He's serving. See how he doesn't move? He's load bearing, that dreadnought. Thank you, appreciate that. I got that from a secondhand dreadnought. I'm looking forward to fixing it up. I've got quite a few of the box noughts now. I should really get them all out and hey! Ooh, that could be a project that gets cracked out. They're good, but Avocado, when I built them back in October, I built them because in my brain it was like, me want shelves now. And I didn't build them thinking, you're still going to be enjoying this and doing this in January. I didn't think long term at all. It was just me want shelves. Me want shelves for live stream today. That was as far as I went with it. We're going to go with Storm Host Silver rather than Runefang Steel because it's the first one I found. Thanks, but I do worry a little bit. This Terminator fell off last stream. He jumped off the top shelf and he lost his arm. I don't know where the arm is, but he jumped from top shelf to the floor. So it's a bit dry, so I'm going to add a teeny bit of ink. I'm going to add ever so slightly a little bit of this ink to my Stormcast. What is it? Stormcast Host? Storm Host Silver. Sorry, my bad. I wanted shells, but I didn't want to spend money, you know? So, cardboard shells. It made sense in my mind. Okay, right, smaller brush for this, I think. Yeah, look, he's 100% holding. Look, see, he's 100% holding that. Good job, buddy. Oh, don't fall off. Catch you later, Freds. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. It's very nice when people hang out. I really enjoy it. And even better, it happened today when people talk amongst each other and I get to sit back and just read it. It's not often that happens, but when it does, it's absolutely lovely. I love it. I think it's because they're very shooty and they can what's called table the opponent, which is where you just wipe them all off the board. From what I hear, but I don't have any real aversion to that. I think like it's good to have a shooty army amongst the options you can choose from, and if people like Tau, then they like Tau, you know. But yeah, they do get flack for it. I think Imperial Knight players as well get the same flack. I think. Just they were all over shooty, but Imperial Knights are a different army faction. Sorry, yeah, they're. I think they get it similarly. I think it's because if the other person doesn't bring enough stuff to deal with big stuff and doesn't know, then they lose. I think that's the issue. If I'm wrong, by all means, let me know, guys. That's just a guess on my part. A semi-informed guess. That Agrax gold is pretty good. I have to say I quite like it. Oh, shoes. I gotta do the shoes. Right, I just have to grab a coffee. Be right back. Won't be long. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being patient. Ah, is Avocado gone? Good. Absolutely can't stand that guy. He's been nothing but an abusive ever since I've met him. He lives to make me feel bad. Yeah, he's absolute monster. Oh, he's still listening. Oh, sorry, Avocado. I mean, what a wonderful guy. Totally lovely chap. Never threatened me ever. Yeah, never threatened me. Not once. Never. Yeah, never. But it wasn't as bad as Ant. Ant was cold. I mean, what a line. I wish I was your mother so I could neglect you. What a thing to say, Ant. How very dare you, sir. Don't worry about that. I love the idea of being AFK background listening. I love the idea of that. You know, sometimes I'm AFK paying attention to chat, you know? I'm just concentrating on the painting. We kind of get in, you know, you kind of get in that mentality where you crack on with something. You know? On here, you're not getting hit by ads. Tune in, tune out whenever you want. I like that. I like being the idea of background. It's nice, you know? Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. It appeals. Because it's exactly what I'm doing. You guys are my background listening. Background reading. I need to make space for this coffee. Burp. Okay, what should we do next? I guess we should get something. I kind of feel like these guys are almost done. I don't know what to do about that center banner. Thanks, Avocado. I mean, you're not going to reach everyone. You know, not everyone's going to enjoy it. But I do. This might sound a bit bonkers, but I am a firm believer that what I'm putting out, as in like I'm here doing something that I enjoy. I have to bust my chops pretty hard in real life to get to this point. So when I'm here, it's just like fun, relax, enjoyment. It's all nice things, and I believe that you can hear it in my voice. You know, like the guy Richard said about the streamer who sounds depressed when he talks. You know, maybe he's got something on his mind, something going on. You kind of not project, but it kind of seeps out of you. I'm convinced it's the case. So, like, yeah, I would like to listen to me when I was feeling down. Does that make sense? That's the philosophy. That's why I do the donations, because the theory being like, think of me on my worst day. What would cheer me up? You know, and a little teeny tiny Warhammer voucher would do that for Table on his lowest day. It's a theory. It's only 20% solid. It's a theory I've got in my mind. Hang on a second. We have a slight issue here. These ogres were not on the edge like that at the beginning of the stream. What are they doing? All right, I got my eye on you guys. Yeah, I got my eye on you. Janice, I got a few theories, what I call my 20%. It's where like, so I think of something, but I can't finish the thought on my own with a lot of things. I kind of have to vocalize it and then chew it over with other people's input and then be like, get the hang of it. Rex, I'll catch you later, buddy. Anytime you want to pop in, you're more than welcome. Whether you can or can't, don't worry about it at all. Yeah, whenever you want. Pop in, pop out, like, just whenever, you know? No pressure. Right, I'm stuck with this banner. Do I want to introduce a new colour, or should I just stay with the green and white? I kind of want to finish them today, and it is only that banner that I could get away with. Yeah. Part of doing this is that I've got Stranger, and when my wife says I've got Stranger and I need to socialise, I'm turning a little bit hermit. And the fact that I can't like solidify a thought without having a dialogue with somebody where I can hear the other side, other points of view, different points of view, I've kind of lost that element. So I kind of coast along on these 20%. Thought out ideas, if that makes sense. Should I? The question is, do I want to bring in another colour? Are they not just okay as they are? Maybe I don't want to add another colour. We've got the blue, we've got the silver, the green, and the gold. Not to mention white. What if I just did it white? What if I just went white with it, and then we can say they're done? Maybe adding another colour is a mistake. You know what? I think I've talked myself into that one. Bealtan, that's an elder faction, right? Have I got that right? Yeah, that's only a recent... I've only discovered that since streaming, that adding too many new colours on a model can cause issues. Yeah, that's a new development for me as well. I've only just learned that because of the streaming. Let's just make it white. I'll ink it, but we'll just make it white. I think we can just get away with that. And then we can call these guys done. Whilst they're drying, I'll show you the next Titan on the list as well. Okay, that's good enough. That's drying. That brush. That's always a mistake, isn't it? It very nearly went in. I shouldn't do that, should I? Because that paint water looks like a coffee. That's a schoolboy error, right? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so the next one is this Warhound. Now the issue is I've magnetized it and all, which isn't the issue, but only the plates are base coated. The frame isn't. But what I want to do with this one is I want to do it in the color scheme of my family crest. I want to do my family heraldry on this, which is blue and yellow. So that's what I was thinking for this one, and I can just swap the plates out. Yeah, putting the coffee there's a mistake, isn't it? Yeah, without a doubt. I should not put the coffee there. But yeah, so I need to... I'm kind of intimidating myself with my ninjutsu base coating, because it's kind of high risk, high reward. If I get caught, I've got some explaining to do. But I feel like I've definitely got to give it a go, because what's the alternative? Wait till spring? No, I can't do that. It's all right, but with my heraldry, so it's got which I think are griffins. It's got 3 griffins on it, and it's got a knight helmet. But on top of the helmet, it has like a severed animal limb. So it's a bit janky as far as heraldry goes. It's not the best, but I would have liked 3 lions, but I think I've got griffins on mine. In fact, I'd put good money on it being griffins. But that's why Bretonians always interest me, because I thought about doing them. Yeah, I think I'm going to go base coating ninjutsu. If I'm not, as long as I'm not caught mid-spray, I'm fine. And I figure, like, I'll go and take just the most important ones. So I'll take a Lictor, because I don't have a Tyranid on the go, and I feel a bit fidgety that I've not got a Tyranid on the go. And I'll just take the Lictor first. So I reckon spraying for like 40 seconds and then out. Run. My only concern is if I go outside, I've got to go outside to go inside. And if there's fresh coat of paint on the model and then I take it from room temperature to minus 14, will that affect in the brief moment it's drying? I doubt it does. So I think I'll be all right. Right. Banners, they're done. Oh, here's a really, really old model as well. This is when I first got back into painting Warhammer, 6 years ago? This is one of those guys that rock up in every Nurgle box, it seems. They're really rough to paint. They're a rough job. Like, there's so many of them. It got on top of me. I was like, I don't have the skill to do rot properly. Well, my family name went. There's a few of us in Canada, and there's a few of us in Australia. We went over there as well. So, yeah, there's some of us of note. Not many, mostly sports stars. But there's a guy. He was a hockey player, but that's not saying much because everyone plays hockey in Canada, I guess. But my surname, where it originates from, it equates what it translates to is wise man. It might have skipped me on that one. I wouldn't say wise, but I like the idea of that. I can go older. I can go 2008. Hang on, let me show you a 2008, buddy. So these ones survived the purge, luckily. I lost a load of models, but here's one from the purge. So this is when the last Warhammer box set came out, whenever that was. Here he is. I'd love to paint this model again. It's my troll. There he is. Oh, there's a lot of Agrax on you. That's a lot of contrast. But when I painted him, I was so pleased. I'm never going to retouch it. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'd rather buy another one than modify this one. But yeah, my troll. I do love my trolls. Right, let's get a little bit more. Let's get some gold on these guys. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of old Warhammer. That, ironically, old Warhammer is the only complete army I have. I have a complete Orcs and Goblins army, which is majority from the starter box. But I could field Orcs and Goblins in Old Hammer. That's yeah. Don't have the rules, but so help me, we're gonna get a game on stream. For God, that's got to be the goal. We've got to move towards that. I've got to play at least one game before the end of the year. That was the resolution for playing, and it can be any system. But I need to play one game on stream. It will just be me with opposing sides. Maybe you guys could suggest what unit fires at what. Maybe you guys could control one army. Oh, that means I need to have two armies ready. Well, that's doable. The issue is getting all the rules together. That's where I'm going to be weak. But I'm expecting people in the stream to help me out. I think it will work out. I think one match is an admirable goal. Not too big, not too small. Well, no, it's as small as it can be. It's a tiny goal, but, I'm not aiming high. That's what I mean. I've kind of left it really open. Like, it's any game system, any two armies, one game. Like, I feel like Necromunda, Kill Team, Warcry, but the trouble is, I'm lacking in different areas. Like, I've got the most rules for 40k, but I definitely don't have like the codexes or anything like that, and I don't have two complete starter set armies, so I'm a little bit squiffy in that department. There's also an issue with the tightness of the camera. The camera's quite tight, so I also have that logistics problem. And I don't know about you guys, but I haven't got a clue about cameras. What would be a wide angle camera that you could... Can you even use a camera on your phone? Can you plug a camera, like a good camera, into the USB port on a Samsung phone and then tell YouTube to use that camera? I don't know. That'd probably be the easiest way if that was indeed possible. But anyway, so I'm actively looking towards it. So that's the goal, guys. But I've given myself the year. But if the channel actually does cook off, which is a bit of a reach, if it did, then the revenue's there to buy the camera sooner. Do you know what I mean? So stay optimistic. God, Agrax and gold, man. Yeah, me and you both, Avocado. Haven't got a clue. No idea. I don't even know if it's a sideways move. So it's like financially committing to it could be problematic if it's not a solution, if that makes sense. I guess I could just return the camera in theory. I love my little clockwork, man. It's so nice. I wasn't even going to paint these today. Oh, okay. I didn't know anything of it. I didn't know about that. Let's read it again. I think there is streaming cameras. The issue is, why I think it might be a bit of a sideways move is because I feel like this camera's really nice. It's just too tight an angle. So That's the only thing. If you could zoom... Can I zoom out? Oh! Hang on! Hang on! What? Sort of. I can sort of zoom out. It wants to zoom back in, though. And it's definitely got a max zoom. Okay, something's going on, guys. Okay. I might just have to wiggle it. Oh, God, that's really complicated. I've zoomed in. The technological marvel, gents. But it kind of doesn't... It kind of feels like it maxes out and then zooms back in. Something's going on. There's a little camera picture. Will that just turn off... Will that just turn off my camera? It does, yeah. Yeah, technological marvel, gentlemen. It's a bit temperamental. That constant changing wasn't me. I was just trying to zoom out, but it insisted on zooming in again. But, well, we might have a solution there if I can just get it to set to the right size. If only there was like a slider where I could say, like, zoom out loads. Oh! That's worthy of a test. I like that. That might be the case, yeah. It might be the case. Do you know what would also make... If I am going... Well, I am going with this Votan Clockwork Army. I think Chaos Dwarves might make nice Clockwork Men as well. Unless... Oh, but they're going to have Chaos Heraldry on them, aren't they? So they wouldn't be able to Votan up necessarily. Yeah, I think that could very well be it. I think that's a solid guess that it could be the case that whatever it starts in, it wants to stay in. Intermingling with Argonians. From what I understand, Argonians and Dwemer never met. But, I mean, you know, we could do... I've got some lizard men. We could do lizard men and dwarves. I found a really good deal for €20. There was, with all of their crew, an organ gun, and 2 cannons for dwarves for €20. And I was like, oh, that's such a bargain. For Old World, the issue with Old World I'm having, right, is going to all the effort of looking up what bases my existing units need to be placed on. It's too much of a chore for me to want to do. But then buying new units for the square bases is also a chore. So that's the problem I have. Like, so I've got loads of ogres that I want to base and assemble. I've got the battle force. How long ago was the Ogre Battle Force? What was that, 2019? I've still got it. Still closed. There's a giant in there as well, but I just don't know the bases. It's just, yeah, it's really putting me off assembling those. That's why I'm painting these ogres, because I'm trying to get the motivation. Right, I'd say that's pretty golded. I like my Clockwork Men. Yeah, that's good. Finally started painting my dwarves. Fantastic. Ah, let's ink those banners. So just a tiny bit of Reichland on them. I don't think it needs to stand out too much because I've done the armor plates like they are. I think it's fine that it's just a generic white banner. I'm not overly concerned about that. If I get some more, I can put some more emphasis on the banner. I think it's fine. Absolutely fine, I think that is. Never... Yesterday I started these, and now they're done. Or was it the day before yesterday? Either way, never would have thought that these were going to be some for the 100. Hey, there we go. I think they're fine. The energy shield and the lance look a bit suspect, but I can't do glowing effects. That's just something I have to get better with. And these guys are coming along. Like this guy's... That's how they're going to look. I think they've got a nice feel to them. I've got to do the fabrics and stuff, but that's the general gist. And then these two have been re-golded, so they're just silver, and then I've got to choose what I do metallics and stuff. So, not a lot on those, but that's something. Right, guys, I got some terrible news. We've run out of time. We've done 3 hours, and I've got to go back to real life. 3 and 7. If you are watching and you haven't given me a like already, if you could, now would be your time. If you want to, don't have to. But, yeah, that's us for today. I will see you again tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be 3 hours or 2 hours, but I will endeavour to go for 3. I prefer 3-hour live streams to 2, by far. Yeah. So, thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks loads. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you later on. Oh, yeah, it looks like good before you try mini portrait painting a Mona Lisa style Sangria striking down Angron. Oh, yeah, you mean like this? Hey, look, this is, you mean like this? I think with the wings really makes this model. But yeah, anyway, I'm babbling. I gotta go. I gotta go get the kids. Catch you later, guys. Love you. Bye. Ugh.